Whether you're running Alpha for a small group of friends in your house or for more than 50 people in a church building, every Alpha session will have the same essential elements. Every Alpha session includes these 3 things: food for people to eat together, a 20 to 30 minute talk on the Christian faith, and small group discussion. Even though each of these elements will always be involved, every Alpha is going to look a little different. For example, the way Alphas run for teenagers in a home is going to look a lot different than it would for a group of adults in a church building. My church runs Alpha in a few different ways. Throughout the year on Wednesday nights, we host one at the church building for anyone who wants to come. We also run it during the day in halfway houses. My friend Jazzy and some of the students in our youth group host Alpha for their friends in their schools. Each one is unique, but they all include the same essential elements. But to give you an idea of what a typical Alpha session could look like, let me walk you through one of our Wednesday nights. This is what it looks like for us. We invite guests to arrive at 6:30. This allows our team to meet up at 6 for a quick meeting and prayer. A few team members show up even earlier to set up tables, prepare food, and get the audio and visual ready to go for the night. As guests arrive, we have greeters ready to welcome them and have dinner served by 6:45. This is a great time for people to get to know each other, share a meal, and catch up from the week. Now, some people like to include worship on their Alpha, so if you'd like to, a great place for that is right after dinner. Then at about 7:15, we start the talk. Each talk covers a specific question about Christianity and builds on what was taught and discussed in the previous week. At around 7:45, after the talk is done, we move to small group discussion. We like to have some coffee and small dessert for people during this transition, even something as simple as some cookies or cake. Now, the small group discussion is such a key element of Alpha. It's a time where people get to share their perspective on that night's topic and ask any questions as they come up. We plan for a solid 45 minutes for discussion, but when we run Alpha for Youth using the Alpha Youth film series, their discussion breaks during the talk. So, the time for discussion afterwards is much shorter. After the discussion ends, we say goodbye to the guests, have a quick debrief with our team, and then do any cleanup. Our night starts at 6:30 and ends around 8:45 each week. Your Alpha may look a little different from ours, but every session on Alpha should always include food, a talk, and discussion. Along the way, there are going to be moments for prayer and songs of worship, and all of this happens in an environment that is welcoming and fun for the guests. And just so you know, there are specific videos in the leaders training modules that unpack more about each of these essential elements. Take a moment right now and think about what your Alpha session could look like each week, and then write out a sample schedule for you and your team to work off of.